So if you are somebody from Igbo, you didn't do it, you had the position. This president of this union they had, Okeke or something, I've forgotten how the name was pronounced, he's supposed to have moved the motion that this is injustice of the highest level. And the judicial body should be able to stand up, condemn the behavior. No, they sweep it under the carpet. So again, if someone else from a different region or tribe becomes president, people will expect him to do it when your own person didn't do it. So that is the situation, my bro. But thank you for the effort, bro.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate you. Bro Greg, are you free now?
Yes, sir. Mazen. Dalu. Good afternoon, Biafrans. My greetings to our people wherever they are. My greetings to our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We will always remember them every day and every hour. Remember our leader, Mazen Simon Ekpa, the PM. And we remember Dr. Ngozi Orebeza and all the cabinets and the medias and our defense forces in Biafra land. May God be their strength, and may God keep them and sustain them and protect them. We accord them with Psalm 91. He that hide in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And God is their defense and their protector. So we accord them to the hand of the Most High now and forever. Amen. So, Mazi, thank you so much for this topic this afternoon. I was unable to complete yesterday because I was late, and I'm happy we are here today to have this topic. We will always agree and disagree and remain loved brothers and sisters. That is my prayer. So, I will not waste much time, but I must talk about this guy you are talking about, the so-called South Africa guy. I comment about this guy last week when I watched that video that where they were talking that they will send some Africans back home and they will go proudly say that the things that they labored for, that they're going to destroy it, and those people will go home empty-handed. So, why it's spending me so much is that the money they used in fighting the so-called appetite or whatever they called it, came from Biafra land. The money they used to fight that battle in South Africa came from Biafra land. All this will happen during the time of Obasanjo criminal. And you see what is happening in South Africa. Remember all these things that are happening and the killings against the Biafrans all over the world, and the one that is happening in Biafra land, and the injustice against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This guy did not see those things we are fighting for. Instead, he started fighting Israel, and they started carrying Israel's name to a criminal court, international criminal court, taking Netanyahu. And he never speak one word against what is happening in Biafra land and against the injustice against the Biafrans. Instead, he is after what is happening in Palestine. I'm not saying that he cannot speak about what is happening in Palestine, but charity begins at home. If he really wants,
for that matter.
If he really wants to talk about Pan-African. So it shows that this Pan-African is just a criminal gang. I can see it's a criminal kind of this thing. Somebody who cannot solve his problem in house.
Solve the problem of the world.
And he wants to go and solve the problem of the world. And it's like when this guy was talking about him, and Musk was talking about this guy, calling him a criminal, that he's not real. I was a kind of saying, maybe I was thinking that it's a racial problem. But now I understand that what Ali Musk was saying about this guy is true. So look at you people that gain almost from all African countries, especially the highest in the Biafra land, went to the hospital trying to remove everybody that is in the hospital that need medical help. People who are on the sick bed, he drive them away. And he forgot that your freedom was fought by all the whole African countries, especially the Biafra people. They forgot those things. They never read history. Or maybe that of their wickedness, they're doing that. So he ain't coming to Enugu or whatever to talk about Pan-African and all those things. I just see I was very angry. Immediately I see it in my YouTube, I just throw it away. I didn't know if maybe somebody, there is one a group where I am, somebody, bro, I just see the guy. I didn't even listen at all. I just deleted it immediately. So I did not see that guy as being real in what he's doing. He is a racist. He is a wicked guy, and he can never succeed. Because any freedom fighter that came to Nigeria and he never talked about injustice and about human rights that is happening in Nigeria, that person is evil. He is being guided on what he's supposed to do and what he's not. And then
exactly.
if you're a freedom fighter, for him. So if you're a freedom fighter and you come to speak about law, justice and injustice, and you came there, you could not talk about the freedom of the people that have been oppressed in that country, then you are a coward and you are too fake. So I don't know what his name is. He is too fake, and he is not supposed to be presenting in anything that concerns Africa freedom or Africa independence or Africa anything. The guy and I know that his party will not move, will not go anywhere, because he's not real. That is the fact. So he's not a good freedom fighter. He's not a good person to represent anything concerning freedom. He is just a racist. So I think that we should ignore such people and never take them serious. That is what I know about that guy. Concerning the Soludo and whatever, everybody that see this thing, when Soludo start this Udoga and all the rest, I said it that Soludo is not coming with those things to make Anambra good, but he's building the people that will steal ballot box for him during the election. There is no other thing. Because Ifeanyi Ubah formed his gang, hoping to use those his so criminals in form as a security outfit to prepare for election ahead. But unfortunately for him, so when he died, when they buy him, because he did not die natural death, when they buy him, Soludo used that opportunity and gained some of those people that he trained. He called them to his side. People who are hungry, any side he called them, they will go. And it's just like people who join police in Nigeria or in that evil contraction. Many of them are not joining it because they want to be a police. Many of them are not joining it because they joining it but they're joining it because of the uniform. One, they will use it to take bribe from people. Two, they will use it to intimidate people. And three, they will use it for criminalities. So that is the access of joining police and the army and all those things in that country. No person, and there's no reasonable person that joined police as a career. That is the fact. From police, army to all those rubbish they're doing in Nigeria. And that is the problem we are having in our defense force as well. Because majority of them join it for criminality. For them to be able to get a gun or stick or whatever they call it, to do whatever they want to do and achieve their own aim. So that is the only thing. So, but the point there is, if that kind of thing had happened and it were from the IPOB or Eastern Security or Biafra Liberation Army or whatever, they will target to Simon Ekpa or Nnamdi Kanu. But this one that's happened now, the government is not targeting it to Soludo. The government is not targeting it to Tinubu. So it's only the government that have right to commit crime against his citizens, and they will go free. So that is what is going on in our land. But all those things will not stop, make us to go back from what we are doing. All those things will be there until heaven will help us to achieve our aim. Then there will be a law that will guide both men and women. But for now, it has been a kind of survival in the jungle. So that place is a jungle. If you go and come back free, fine. Every day you wake up, you call your people, they are still alive. You thank God. Because it can happen at any time. Nobody will give account of anybody. So that is the problem. Anything can happen. They can tag you anything. It's just like when this criminal guy, they call him Governor Ezio or whatever. You remember what he's doing now? And what do you call him? Okurora did. So, and you remember when they have problem with this lady Ogechi, the Governor Ezio could come and term him IPOB. So they can use
that was the first accusation against Ogechi.
Against her. So when she knew that the lady have nothing to do with IPOB, but when they hate you and if they want to do anything against you, they will term you anything and use it as an excuse.
Because they know that one is the story that will sell.
That they will sell.
IPOB, it will sell.
It will be kill him without any discussion. So that is what is happening in our place. So people accuse you for anything without anything, they will just fight the person, and that is the end. So that is what we are praying, that it will not continue like that, and our people will not emulate such a thing and use it as a excuse in our place to annihilate or whatever you call it, our young people. So, Mazi, thank you so much for your work. I will not speak much because my time is numbered. So, God bless you. Continue on your good work. We will continue to disagree and agree until we get what we are looking for. Then we'll be happy. It's obvious that everybody's eyes is spending everybody's situation, what we are going through, but we have no other option. We will pass through all those things. At the end of the day, heaven will work everything good for us. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless Christian.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother. You've just spoken very well, and that is why we're here, to push out opinions. Those difficult topics, we discuss it, talk about it, everybody share their opinion, while those who are going to take charge will take charge and do what they have to do. We cannot shy away from any topic, more especially now that we don't have anybody to speak for us. Just like these people, my brother mentioned their name, they are now in the front line of campaign against their own people. When I see some videos, online, I shake my head. You will see people making videos, tagging it to the liberation of Biafra. They are doing everything they can to see that they destroy the movement. People that are supposed to be thinking now, okay, assuming you don't even like the Biafra, now what plan are you making now that you know that they are chasing your brothers away from all parts of the world? All part of the world, they are chasing your brother away. The Yoruba and Wolowo boys have preached so much hate now that people outside the countries are buying the hate. They are buying the hate. What solution do you have to create an environment that is suitable for everybody? So that when they chase your brother, he will run home and say, this is where I'm going to be. The same thing that was happening to the Jews. Do you see how they survived their own? They survived their own by getting a state by fire, by force. They got a state that they can call their own. You can hate them, you can call them anything, you can say anything about it, but at least now they have a place they can call their own, and they are there defending it every blessed day. At the same time, doing their businesses across the world. But you can't just abuse them in their business. If you treat them badly in your area, you won't even know. Overnight, they will pack their bag and packages and go to a more conducive place. The Jewish nation today, they have businesses across the world, both in Arab nations. There is no country on the planet Earth where you don't have their business. And the kind of business they have is not all this business. If you count 1, 2, 3, they must be among the 3 biggest businesses in any state you can think of. In any country. In any country, count 1, 2, 3. Within that 3, there must be a Jewish business in the leading front. And you dare don't. When they leave your place, you will feel it. You will see. You will know that somebody left. You will beg for them to come back. That is how they take charge. But assuming they don't have a place they can call their own, you will just be there to be taking any nonsense. Everything they throw at you, you just endure it. You'll be taking all the slap. Somebody who cannot talk to you will talk to you, slap you right, left, and center. You just be saying, okay, no problem. When you look at what you want to lose or whatever, you just relax because you don't have anywhere to run to, because you don't know the place you want to go and run to. That maybe that place might be even worse. It might be worse than where you're living. So what people do is that they just be patient and begin to endure. And I ask, what plan is our leaders, those people who claim to be the leaders of the Igbo people, what plan are they making? What strategies are they putting in place? What strategies are they putting in place on how we are going to escape what is against us? What strategies? I have not seen anyone. Not even one. What plan are they putting in place? No single plan whatsoever. No single plan. All they do is to continue to push the agenda of the enemies, continue to support them. They will even be in the front line to even say, bring him and let's destroy him. It is so bad. How are we going to go about this? How long will we continue on this path? If leaders truly represent themselves, what else can you do? If leaders only represent themselves, they go ahead and represent themselves. Why do you call them leaders? It is so sad. It is so terrible, and that people are not paying attention. If leaders truly represent their people, why do Igbo politicians appear more loyal to their oppressor, to their own community? Why do these people, these politicians, these people, these elites, why do they appear much more loyal to the oppressor of their people than their people? You find out that whenever anything happens, they will be in the front line to take their... One good example is, look at the one they call the House of Assembly. Anytime there is a motion against a Biafran, an Igbo person, it will be an Igbo person that will raise that motion. It will be an Igbo person who raise the motion to destroy his or her own brother against his own community. Many motions they raise there are motions that are standing against us. Look at the one that raised a motion, and any place somebody is born, in that place you are a citizen. And you think that is for our favor. Knowing what Nigeria is. Knowing what Nigeria is. You left every other important thing you will talk about. That is the one that bothers you. At this time, when you know that the Fulanis are trying by all means to infiltrate, they want to have their people in every community so that it will be easy for them to rig anything they want to do and do anything they want to do. Why are these leaders so evil? Why are they so evil? Why? Why are they so evil?
Mazichus,
Go ahead, my brother.
You remember the one when they called Joe Ibokwe? That one is in Lagos there. I don't know what he thinks now, because he's the one who said that we have to build Nigeria that we have to kill the tribe, we have to kill region to build a country, that this and that. Now, he's there. They gave him the job to clean their gutter in Lagos. And right there in his face, the Yorubas has risen now to reclaim everything that is theirs or that bears Igbo name or that belongs to Igbo. The question now becomes, what does he do now? What does he say? Because on you Alan say no look well Bible, so he can't go back. You know that he's a man, Joe Ibokwe, can never find any fortitude or any comfort in Ali Igbo as far as the evil they've all ganged up to commit against Igbo. There's nothing Joe Ibokwe did not say to demean and to discredit and to destroy Igbo. There's no effort he did not push. We saw how he knelt down, praying, thanking God when Nanikan was kidnapped. These things we now forget. Ali Igbo will not forget. Igbo, Biafrans will not forget these things. So moving forward now with these things, this movement that is very, very active in Yoruba land, championed by their elite, and these are the same elite that Joe Ibokwe is banking on. So okay, so if he's going to stay with them forever, he will continue to live as a stranger. That is one thing. That is one truth he failed to understand, that he's a stranger among the Yorubas, and he will remain a stranger, even if whether he born there, whether he married there, whatever it is, you're a stranger. You're a stranger. So, but his own land, who is Igbo, he has so committed so much that he will never find a place there. So these are the questions for others. This is a lesson for others to learn. The whole world, the dynamics of the entire world is changing and shifting in a way that if you don't preserve your own, if you don't stand up to fight for your own, you will be the one to suffer it. Your generation unborn, they will be the one to suffer it, because you have to make sure you keep your place safe, preserve your own place. Then if you are doing something, if you are working or if you are collaborating with outsiders, fine, but at least you have a home where no matter what is your home. Nobody's going to, like that is one of the things I always preach to some of our people. When I was doing business, when I was into trading, I said, stop this notion that we have enough land, we have enough space as far as Biafra is concerned, because I've traveled vastly within the entire Biafra region, so I know we have more than enough. So this notion, yeah. So why are you even our 100 years, 200 years, we still have more than enough? Because I know the territories. I have personally reckoned with the entire territories that belongs to Biafra, where nobody will come tomorrow to say, oh, you are not from here. No, because these are Biafran territories from ancestral period, from historical, not just yesterday, no, but from the get-go, from beginning, Biafran territories. So you must continue to build, to develop, to think towards it. Ojukwu have sung this song for many, many years, but people continue to be stupid, and ultimately they will find out, they will learn the hard way, because if you have, no matter the business you have in Lagos, in the north, wherever it is, if you have it in your place, people will come there and find it. That is how it is. If look at this should I say, African #1 Silicon Valley, Ndibo, Computer Village. That's our Silicon Valley. Yes. If you have it in Biafra land, anybody who needs something from north or south or wherever, they will come and get it. That's for sure. That is the nature of, that is how it is. If you have whatever goods you have in Alaba or wherever, they will come there and buy it and they will go. But if the notion that, I understand the some level of predicament, in the sense that, which I've also said in the past, that the nearness to seaport and international airport, And it's also part of the game, the conspiracy from the Obasanjo and the rest of them. They all work towards it to make sure that these things, we don't have it in Biafra land. So I understand that angle, that that's one of the things that makes people to want to, relocate to where it will be easier, near to transport and cost of stuff like that. So they easily offload their goods in Lagos Seaport, and when they even journey, they travel Lagos and the airport to Abuja, stuff like that. But but we still have to, we cannot be succumb just because of, we just cannot succumb, because if we do, then we've given it to the enemies. So that means their plan has worked out perfectly. But the good thing, and which we must continue to work towards, is to make sure that we're able to gain our independence. So we have these things working, functioning in our place. Because if we have our independence, we'll be able to have the functioning seaport in the entire Biafra land, like Nnamdi Kanu always preached. Then we have international airport where you can travel from any part of the world and land in Biafra land. It can be Port Harcourt, it can be Enugu, it can be Asaba, it can be, So these things, it's a big challenge, but the primary one is to secure our place first, and get rid of these enemies that were planted there. These politicians that were planted there by the enemy. It took them decades and decades to infiltrate and to groom these guys. So that is it's a challenge, but hopefully God will continue to, our ancestors too, who have suffered so much. They've been through a lot, and their voice has not died out, because there's a regeneration, and we keep pushing. We keep pushing. They mean, you were just talking about the Israelis, the Jews, so they suffer the same thing, They definitely suffer the same thing, but they have to get their ass together and work out a place where you can call ancestral home. So wherever you are, at least you know where you can go to. You know where you can fall back to and say, yes, I'm in my home. So no matter, even in spite of the struggle, they're still going on. But so it is what it is, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful contribution. And every Biafran that is watching us, wherever you are watching from, I hope you are listening to what we are saying, and we need to begin to think differently. We need to begin to think differently. These politicians does not mean well. They don't mean well for us, not in any way. They don't mean well for us. But one thing we must have in our mind, is that no people were ever freed by leaders alone.
Yeah.
Freedom comes from ordinary people. These people that are living a good life, they have everything going for them. They won't come and fight for freedom. They will not. It is we that we do it. Maybe at the long run, they will come on board. We must always have this in mind at every time. No people were ever freed by leaders alone. Freedom comes when the ordinary people, the men, the women, the youth, stand up and hold their leaders accountable. That is just what we are doing. And we will even go take it to an extreme level. It has gotten to a time when we're supposed to take it to an extreme level and stop them from parading themselves as our leaders, because they lead nobody. These are a bunch of idiots, self-centered people who are just there for their selfish interests in all spheres of life. They are there. It is not just about this betrayal. We can't be talking about this betrayal every time. We will now begin to think about our response. How are we going to be responding to these people? How do we respond to these people? How are we going to be responding to them? Their betrayal is very clear. Nobody can deny their betrayal anymore. You know that these people are betrayal. You know that they are ready to betray you again and again and again. Then the question is, how are we going to begin to respond to this their betrayal? The response. That is the question. And every one of us have to be answering these questions on our own. How do we respond to the betrayal of these people that call themselves elites, call themselves leaders? We cannot continue to wait for salvation to come home from these people who have shown no indifference. We cannot continue to fold our hand and wait for salvation to come from these people. It's not going to happen. How do we respond to them? To this their atrocity, to this their idiocy, to this their madness, to this their betrayals? How do we respond? We have to speak in a very strong tone. That is why I always come online here when I talk. Most of the time, people misunderstand me and say I speak about uniting ourselves. We must rise, unite, and demand what we want. They must be loyal. They must listen to us, whether they like it or not. It's either you are with us or you're not with us. They don't have to be in our land and continue to be in our land to talk their rubbish. They can begin to parade themselves and continue to parade themselves as a representative when they are not. We cannot continue to permit them to parade themselves as a representative when they are not. Just imagine what transpired. Bar Association holding a very massive occasion in Enugu State of all people, the center of Biafra. Enugu State, the first capital of Biafra. And that man came there, never mentioned anything about Mazin Nagnikan. Instead, you built a platform to attack Israel, to speak on behalf of Palestine. But in that area, in that land where you step into, there is a problem. The number of lives that are lost every day there is greater than the one that is happening where you are mentioning. And these are people who come and preach Pan-African. When you cannot push your own African people. Even the Congolese, people are dying in Congo. The issue doesn't matter. The issue that concerns them is those who are happening in the Middle East. Those ones that you know that will draw attention to yourself. Those ones that you know that will make the world, the global community to talk about you and call you attention. Maybe give you one speech to make and you earn your money. That's what it's all about. Silence in the face of injustice is not neutrality. Never. When you are silenced in the face of injustice, it's not neutrality. It is complicity. You are complicit. That is what it means. You see injustice and you are silent. It means you are complicit. And when you are complicit in the suffering of the people, suffering of your own people, you are complicit in the suffering of your own people. That is called betrayal. Every single politician in Biafra land, elite or whatever they call themselves, traditional leader or people, they are complicit in the suffering and injustice of their people. They are big betrayers. They have betrayed the people. And there is nothing to hope in this people. The only thing that we need is to walk them out from our midst. Create an environment where we can be able to choose our own leaders by ourselves in our own country. Every day they come and tell you, if you don't give us presidency, we will do this. Nonsense, bunkum, the same thing every day. That's what you hear. That's what you hear. Every blessed day. The same story you continue to hear. Our ancestors paid with their life for our survival. What excuse shall we give to the next generation if we remain silent today? Some people gave their life for us to be alive today. Some people gave their own life for us to be alive. What excuse are we going to give to the next generation if we remain silent today? My fellow Biafrans, the time has come. we need to speak with one voice to demand justice and to remind these people that call themselves elite that history never forget betrayal. History never forget betrayal. But it always honor courage. They need to pick up their courage now and do what they have to do. Now that they still have time. Because a time is going to come when we will not come here to be talking in this manner. Time is running out. The choice is clear. Betray your people and be condemned by history. Or defend your people and be remembered as a true leader. The struggle of Biafra to be a nation must continue. And victory is certain. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Victory is certain. That is if we don't remain silent. That is if we act and continue to act. Don't look at anybody. Don't look at anybody. No matter whatever, focus on yourself. Begin to take action within yourself, by yourself, and for yourself. That is how we shall overcome. And at the end of the day, every one of us will rejoice and will be glad that we have done what we are supposed to do. My fellow Biafran that are watching, today we are not going to take it too far because yesterday we took almost 4 hours. So I have to take some rest today so that I can be able to come up with the evening program and handle it again. So we are going to be rounding up on the program. And my beloved brother Christian has been here all this while. So my brother Christian, please give us your closing remark. Let's round it up so that I can catch up with another event.
Okay, brothers. Thank you so much for your effort.
You're welcome.
Then
See?
yeah, you come back in the evening, and by the grace of God, I will be with you also, and we pray for God to renew your strength, because this job you are doing, though it's for you also, but it's on behalf of every one of us you are doing it, because I always said it cannot be monetarily, it can't be quantified. It's a job that it affects our lives, our future, and the future of our generation unborn. So it's important that we keep that in mind. So I really want to thank you. I show so much. I appreciate so much what you are doing, and it's the grace of God, because it's not everybody that have the strength. Even some will have the time, but they don't have the strength. It takes the grace, to be empowered, to be doing it consistently. We need it. We need it so badly, because this message is going far and wide, and so that's all I have to say. I pray for our Onyendos, the leaders, the USB government, that they continue to stay on the right track and do the right thing. And I urge every Biafran to keep in mind what the objectives are, the goal. We cannot afford to deviate, no matter how much you hate your fellow Biafran, but you must keep in mind what the objectives are, where we're going. We can't afford to deviate. We must keep marching on. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you, my beloved brother Christian. I appreciate you for your wonderful, wonderful contribution. My beloved sister, you will just come in while we are rounding up. So, my sister, take the mic and give us your word before we draw the curtain.
Okay, bro Chicks, good morning. Good morning, my brother in the house.
You're welcome, my sister.
Sorry,
Good morning, my sister.
the time difference is just
Yeah, I got it.
it's always making me come in late. So, but anyway, we are there. We are there, and I'm gonna join my voice with that of my brother to say projects, hold on to the mantle. We are also holding on.
Sure.
Think about if we hadn't been this social media and we don't have people like you talking, what would have been the fate
Yeah.
of our people now? What would have been our fate? That's what we'll be thinking. So let it not look like what we're doing is not work. It's working 100%. It's working.
Please.
It's enlightening our people. It's um letting our people know what is going on and what we need to do. And the awareness is very important. Very, very important. The awareness that you are creating. That's what it means to create an awareness. And that's what we're creating. And we thank God for people like you. So do not be discouraged. You're creating an awareness. And is it going viral? Yes, it is. It is going viral. So thank you so much. And thank you